Welcome to the DeeTimeLove Show. Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the DeeTimeLove Show. And as you can see from the intro, guys, we've got a very interesting watch from a company called Atowak. That means unique, and believe me, whatever they produce is very unique indeed, guys. Now, like you guys know, I am an affiliate of the brand. I represent the brand. I'm really excited about this brand and what they have to offer. And guys, you know, I don't get involved with any brand unless I believe in the brand, and they do excite me because everything they do is like what's on the tin. Everything is unique, guys, with Atowak, and AK is what they're called now. But before I reveal the Atowak Windows Pro, as you can see in the packaging here below, it's very nice packaging. It's like false leather, but even this gives it a bit of a retro vibe. If you're very nostalgic about, you know, the late 60s and 70s, I think you're going to love the design of this watch, guys. But before we go into the video, let's do a quick wristwatch check and let's see what I'm sporting today. I'm sporting their most recent offering from AK, the AK Cobra, and I'll leave a link in the description of the review of this bad boy watch. What a cool, intriguing watch. But anyway, let's have a look at the watch in hand before we change perspective and go through the specs. It comes with very cool packaging. It is oval packaging, very nice indeed. Let's pop the box open and see what we have, and there you have the watch in hand. A very different retro vibe, and as you saw from the intro, my intro of that retro late 60s 70s radio setup there, and how the tuning system works. But this is the box, this is the watch. Have a look what you get with it. Atowak unique timepiece, the manual. I think I'm going to need this for this timepiece, and you've got the Atowak 2-year warranty card as well. But anyway, guys, let's change perspective and take a closer look at the watch at hand. Now guys, let's take a closer look at the specifications of this watch before I give you my first impressions. And there's a lot going on here, guys, I have to say, but let's go through the dimensions first of all. So this watch has a case diameter of 42 millimeters. Lug to lug, this watch is lugless, is 45 millimeters. It's got a case thickness of 13 millimeters. It's got a band width of 22 millimeters, and the band tapers down to 20 millimeters. It's very nice leather strap, like a suede finish with that white stitching. Really does complement the actual watch itself. The color combos, you can see the blue insert there. It's got a layered case there, and you've got that insert aluminium blue, and you've got splashes of blue there, and you've got an aluminium blue ring highlighted there on the actual crown. Very nice features indeed, guys, I have to say. Now this watch hosts a heavily modified 82S0 Miyota movement. It's got a 40 hours power reserve. The watch starts at a price of $650, and that gets you with the 42 hours power reserve. Anything more up to 60 hours is a different price tag, I was told. But this watch has got some really good finishing on the case, high-end finish polish, satin finish, then a blue aluminium insert there that also looms up, and I'll give you some amazing loom shots throughout the video, guys. But just looking at the dial of this watch, guys, it is very nostalgic for me because it very much does remind me of a radio old tuning system that you got in the late 60s and 70s, and I'm a big fan of that era, that design, that generation. Everything seemed to be overly engineered, lots of curves, lovely colors, back in the day. Absolutely beautiful. As you guys know, I'm a real big fan of the Tudor Monte Carlo with a splash of orange, that nice vibrant colour palette they used back in the day. But if you're someone like me that's very nostalgic, and we all love retro things, don't we? Retro things always tend to have a higher price tag, and what AK are doing are bringing a unique timepiece that gives you that design and aesthetic from that tuning system that you had from those old retro radios. And as you can see, it's very much a layered dial. It's got a lovely leather strap combo that goes with the dial, and at the top you've got the hour-minute track, okay? And then you've got the second track, and then you've got a retrograde minute track below, so you can see what time it is, guys. So at the top you can see that it's 7, and below you can see that it is 50 minutes past 7, and then you've got a minute track. So this watch does not have any hands. They've replaced the hands with wheels, okay? And they've actually designed it in such a way to give you the same element of design and function like when you tune a old school radio. So those of us that are born in the 90s will not have had the experience of these old tuning systems, but they were used in old school cars of that generation, and the design and the layer of the design and case really is inspired by that era. Logically, it's quite easy to tell the actual time once you get used to it, to be honest with you. The only difficult thing I would say, it's not very legible. You have to look at it quite closely, but it's got a nice sapphire crystal, this watch, with anti-reflective coating, as you can see. And it's got a very nice blue leather band that really does complement the colour of the dial and the white elements of the layered structured dial. There's a hell of a lot of work gone into this, guys, for the price, and this is what AK is all about, guys. Let's just turn this watch around so you can see what we have here, guys. Let's have a look at this. So as you can see, guys, this is a limited edition, and the model number I've got here is 139 out of 500 pieces. The watch is 30 meters water resistant. Yeah, so no, this is what you could say gives it a little bit of gives you the feeling that it's a bit of a collectible timepiece. Whether that will be collectible, we won't know. We'll have to wait and see after a decade. Let's see how AK perform. But so far they're doing things very, very well indeed. And as you can see, they've also got easy release pins on the leather band. It's got some really good padding on this leather strap and really does complement the piece very well indeed. And as you can see, we have a look at the crown. There's got that splash of blue there as well, guys. Very, very cool indeed. Look at the satin finish, the high-end finish polish. Every sort of facet of this watch has different type of finishing, and that's very impressive indeed for a watch at this price point. Going back to the timepiece itself, well, looking at the dial, the layered dial, the designers at AK really thought about what they were doing, guys, when they were producing this watch. From the crown guards, sorry guys, a little bit, let me just polish that up for you, bear with me. I hate it. My OCD kicks in when there's got dust on the watch. There's not damage or anything like that, but if you can see the blue there, the layered structure of this case, it's like steps, isn't it, leading you into the actual dial. And if I just turn this around for you guys, you can see on this side they've got windows there at the bottom. Let's just put this up so you can see that. Windows, and you've got those lines there and facets and different finishing, very similar to what you'd get in terms of design wise. Radios back in the day had this sort of design to them, you know what I mean? So they've really taken their inspiration from that. And we all know that, you know, retro stuff can be quite expensive, and we all love a bit of a retro vibe. toaster, white good appliances like Smeg and stuff like that, and they come at quite a high cost because they're normally a lot more expensive than your conventional, white goods. There's got people buying, retro fridges, from the 60s and 70s. So if you're someone that loves this retro vibe of that era, something a bit different, unique, as what's on the tin with AK Atowak means unique. This is a very, very unique timepiece indeed, and I love the padding on the leather strap. Really is a cool watch. It's got that cool vibe. It gives the DeeTimeLove cool vibe. I highly recommend it if you're looking for something that's going to stand out. And look, looking at the negatives of this watch, look, it's not a watch that's easy to tell the time in terms of a glance at the watch. So if you look at the AK Cobra, it's a lot easier to tell the time. It's a real driver's watch, you know what I mean? But this watch is a little bit more difficult to tell the time. It's a watch that you'd have to adapt to telling the time in regards to this piece, guys. But the build quality, for the price, I'll say this, is outstanding. Wow, the build quality of it, the finishing, the different facets, the layered structure of the case, the layered 3-dimensional view of the case. There's a hell of a lot of work gone in there, and you can see in the middle there, Atowak, the actual branding there. Everything, I looked at this over a loop, and everything is done very good. There's a lot of, there's a bit of hand finishing on the case, laser cut finishing machine, but it all is executed to a very high standard, and the execution of this watch, I would say, is probably 3 to 4 times the value of what you're paying. Yeah, so it's extremely good value for money. And I would say, if you're looking for something different, don't buy Apple Watch, buy one of these. At least it's mechanical, it's got that look, it's even more cool. This has a very cool factor behind it, and I'll be honest with you, it definitely is a real conversational piece for sure. Let's check out the cool loom of this bad boy. Guys, let's check out the loom on this AK Windows Pro watch, and I have to say, guys, you're going to be shocked that AK think of everything when it comes to giving you a unique experience. And you can see I'm looming this up now, and you can see the blue aluminium insert, which is a bezel applied in this layered dial, has got Swiss Luminova. And if you look at the crowns there, you can also see that blue blind Swiss Luminova in blue, and it is fantastic, guys. Look at that, electric. And you have to admit, AK have really thought of everything in regards to this watch to give you the ultimate unique experience. Imagine walking into a bar with this loom on your watch. It's gonna look amazing. It looks absolutely fantastic, and my camera does not do it justice, guys. I have to say, absolutely electric indeed. Look at that loom, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I'm just repeating myself here, I'm a bit of a broken record, but anyway, guys, let's change perspective and take a look at the watch on the wrist. Okay, guys, let's have a look at the watch on the wrist. And guys, because it's lugless, it does wear very well. Now, it's got a 42mm case diameter. Lug to lug, it is 45mm, but it's only 13mm thick. It looks a lot bigger because the watch has got a layered sort of thickness design, so it gives you the look that it's a lot thicker than what it really is. It's only 13mm thick. It's not the thinnest watch in the world, but it's not the chunkiest I've ever worn. And the leather strap is very nice padding. It's got a very nice white stitch in there, nice leather padding, suede look, nice buckle with the Atowak logo there. Very nice indeed, and it's very comfortable, believe it or not. It looks a lot bigger than what it really is. It looks like a much larger timepiece because of its design, guys. But overall, a very interesting, intriguing watch, guys. Leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts in regards to this watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.